Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa McCormick, and I'm the director of the North American Orchid Conservation Center, which is headquartered at the Smithsonian Environmental Research Center in Edgewater, Maryland. And NAOC's goal is to conserve all of the native orchids of North America north of Mexico. To do this, we have to go through them one species at a time. We are in Arizona working to conserve the Canelo Hills Ladies Tresses, or Spiranthes delitescens. All orchids need associations with fungi and associations with pollinators in order to grow. The Canelo Hills Ladies Tresses is one that seems to require just one fungus. We have identified the fungi that Spiranthes delitescens needs. We have grown it in the lab, but in order for the orchid to continue to grow, it has to have that fungus. It turns out they grow so much faster and so much better with the fungi than they do even under very specific conditions without a fungus. And we are doing this work in collaboration with the Desert Botanical Garden. They have germinated seeds of Spiranthes delitescens and grown them up to seedling size. And now we're working to put together the fungi that we have cultured with the seedlings that they have generated to reintroduce the orchids to places where they have gone extinct, but also to potentially supplement natural populations. Right now, where the species grows, it's only known from 2 locations, both of which are on private property. That means that it may not be protected for the long term.
Hi, my name is Hope Brooks, and I'm with the Smithsonian Environmental Research Center, or SERC, in Edgewater, Maryland. And we're here studying a really special orchid. It's one of my favorites. This is the Canelo Hills Ladies Tresses, or Spiranthes delitescens. And this is such a rare orchid that it is federally endangered, and it's only found in 2 locations. These orchids grow in freshwater wetlands called cienagas. They are wetland orchids after all. They want wet feet. One of our objectives that we have while we're out here is trying to understand the partnership that these orchids have. And that partnership is with their pollinators. In our case, the Spiranthes delitescens, the Canelo Hills Ladies Tresses, has very diminutive white flowers. And what that tells us is that, yes, there might be some pollinators during the daytime, but white tends to indicate nighttime. So we've been putting together these amazing pollinator cameras that are built out of Raspberry Pi units.
We combine that work with solar panels that allow the cameras to run for weeks at a time to capture any pollinators that might be visiting these orchids anytime during their bloom period. These are all really important steps to conserving this orchid because just saving the seeds will not effectively conserve it. It has to have the right fungus or it won't continue to grow. It has to have the right pollinators or it will never be able to reproduce on its own. And so all of these pieces have to come together. We're using all of the different methods that we have at our disposal to be able to accomplish orchid conservation. And that has included things such as using scent detecting dogs that are trained to locate this particular orchid species, to be able to identify places where this orchid maybe is growing. They were able to find these orchids that are present when they're not flowering, even underneath the grasses, things that we would not necessarily have seen or found. So the habitats where these orchids grow are hotspots for supporting life in the desert because they are some of the few places where there's water available year-round. They support a strong diversity of native animals as well as native plants.